All right. Hi, guys. Mr. Wilder here, and just wanted to talk to you today a little bit about the concept of the three fundamental economic questions that every society has to answer. And these are really important when we think about why different societies, governments, and countries and nations decide to run the type of economic system they run in their countries. You know, why do we have kind of a capitalistic market economy, which we'll learn more about in a few days, and other countries have an economy that's very much dominated by the government, kind of more of a communist type of economy. To kind of start to figure that out, we need to understand these three questions. And the three questions are, what goods and services should be produced? Okay, that's number one. How should the goods and services be produced? That's number two. And then number three, who should share in the use of these goods and services? So who gets the stuff? Now, before we go too far with these questions, there's a couple terms that we haven't talked about yet. That's the term goods and services, right? Okay, goods is very simple. In economic language, when we talk about goods, it's anything that's produced that is sold out to the public. That's considered a good. So when we look around this room, there's all kinds of things that are goods. The smartboard is a good. The whiteboard over here is a good. This textbook over here is a good because it's all made to be sold. These sticky notes are goods. Your computer that you're watching this computer on is a good. Those Chromebooks or other computers you have. All those things are goods. The carpet in the room, the ceiling tiles, you name it. Those are all goods because they're produced to be sold, and that's why we consider it a good. Okay? Now the other term is services. Okay? So services are things that we do that we get paid for. Okay? So I provide a service, which is to teach economics, right? So the service I produce is giving you knowledge of economics. That's a service, and I get paid for that as a teacher. Some of you are checkers at Hy-Vee or Sackers, or you work at different restaurants as waiters or waitresses, wash dishes, all those kinds of things. Those are all services that you provide and you get paid for. Okay, so it's considered a service. Doctors and lawyers are all providing a service, important services. The trash collectors, providing a service. So all the nurses provide a service. All those things are considered services because it's something that you do that people will pay for. Okay, so we have goods, anything that's produced and sold, and then services, again, something that you do that you get paid for. Okay, so let's go back over those three questions real quick. What goods and services should be produced? Every society has to answer that question. Why do we produce the things we do here in the United States? Okay, how should the goods and services be produced? Okay, how should those be produced? Are they produced in factories that we allow to just go off and pollute the atmosphere and the environment? Do they have to follow certain regulations? Do they have to pay their workers certain amounts of money? How they should be produced? Okay, and then who should share in the use of these goods and services? That's important. Who gets the stuff? Okay, in the United States, who gets the stuff? Well, basically whoever can afford it, right? In other countries, is that true? Not always. The government sometimes decides who gets it. It might be a combination decision to the government and whoever has the most money, whatever. So different countries decide and different economies decide who should share in the use of these goods and services. That's not a decision that everybody gets to make all the time. Okay? So, those are the three fundamental economic questions. What goods and services should be produced? How should the goods and services be produced? Who should share in the use of these goods and services? A good is anything that is made, so look all around you, that's and sold. That's thousands and hundreds of millions of items are goods. And services, again, anything that you do that you get paid for is considered a service. Okay? So two things we learned today, the three fundamental economic questions. Make sure you understand those, and make sure you understand what a good and a service is. All right, thanks guys.